I don't know if I'm allowed to tell you this. I don't know. I don't know. But Christmas movies are starting now. And there's a movie premiere tonight, tomorrow, Sunday, forever. They're going to be on Hallmark, Lifetime, Up, the GAC. And you might be wondering, how do I watch this? What do I do? How can I do this? How can I watch all of them? Philo, that's how. We've once again partnered up with Philo to help make this holiday season even better. And they're giving our listeners 25% off for 2 months. The whole holiday season, basically, 25% off. All you gotta do is go to philo.tv/DTH.
Hi, I'm Bran, and I love Hallmark Christmas movies.
Hey, it's Panda, and I like Hallmark Christmas movies.
I'm Dan, and I despise Hallmark Christmas movies.
And I'm Chris, and I'm a part of the Hallmark family.
And this is the Deck the Hallmark podcast.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is.
Wow.
Guys, the early reviews are in, and the reviews said if Kristoffer Polaha does not come back to review another movie this season, we're quitting.
That's right.
I don't know if the reviewer's quitting. I don't know if the reviewer's calling for us to quit. Those details are murky, but we didn't want to find out.
No.
So we called our friend Chris up. We flew him back from L.A., back into Greenville, South Carolina, and he's here tonight to review Santa Stakeout. Everybody give it up for Kristoffer Polaha.
Hey. And it ain't cheap, guys, because you're flying me first class both ways, which I appreciate.
We're racking up the miles.
Listen.
Sky miles, man, we're racking them up.
And at this point, it is once again important to remind you guys to please buy I'll Be Home for Christmas Movies. Please buy that book.
Yeah.
Please buy that book.
Bye. My ticket was not cheap.
It has been a tough
We need
week.
to sell a few dozen, I believe.
A few dozen.
So,
Chris, you're back, man.
I'm so grateful to be back. Thank you for having me,
man.
guys. Come on.
Anytime.
Were you expecting that you would be asked back? Did you think it was going to happen?
No, because the last film I reviewed was Dana McKellar's masterpiece, and I feel like I was a drag or a sort of weight to your mojo. You guys are like racehorses, you're thoroughbreds, and I was more like a quarter horse. And if you know that, a quarter horse is fast for the first quarter, but a thoroughbred.
Yeah, as the links go on.
Yes, as the links go on. So I kind of lost.
I disagree with that analogy, Chris. People loved you on the show.
Did
you
they?
fit right in, and you
that's
have
good
some
to know.
astute analysis that we can only get from a guy on the inside.
If I'll turn my phone off.
Okay,
right.
you know what?
Yeah,
Actually,
Mr.
on
Big
set,
Shot
get
over here.
out.
I mean,
That's the second time.
That's right.
You are you're whatever kind of horse you want to be, buddy.
Thanks,
That's
man.
right.
Thank you.
And I would buy you twice.
I appreciate that.
Same horse twice.
That's a treat, William Spit. We got it.
Did you say
Horse? Did you say horse? This is a PG show.
We all
don't
left
talk
the
about
riding
horse.
horse thing. We all left. There were some jokes we left on the floor.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Rig? How you doing, buddy?
I'm all right. How about you?
First weekend in, you've watched all the movies.
Yeah. Locked in my cage over here with my Virginia Slims.
Yeah. What was your favorite movie so far?
Well, it was tough to see through the haze, but there was one about a soccer mom, madam,
No,
where she runs a house of ill. Was I on the wrong network?
you were on Lifetime.
Okay, well, that's on me. I'm going to go back and I'll watch them through, and then we'll do this
Okay,
again.
we're watching the Santa Stakeout.
Santa Stakeout.
Yes,
Okay, does that have anything to do with, like, the beef?
it does not.
You could grill
George
it up
Foreman?
nice on, like, a George Foreman 4 for 2?
You said 4 for 2.
4 for 2.
What do you mean 4 for 2?
It's, how the original Foreman has the one pan that sizzles and it gets the fat out.
Right.
Keeps the flavor in.
And to be clear, it's one pan, and then
But
you.
you know what? There's a pan on the other side.
Yes, that's a.
Flip it over, different pan.
That's a
You see
tradition.
me?
Yeah,
4 for 2.
but you're still explaining a regular Foreman.
2 Foreman times 2 gives you 4. Man.
I don't have time for this tonight.
Chris has never met Rick Dilby.
No, I am in awe.
He's an iron.
He's
Ironclad.
met me. You better believe it.
He's got an ironclad contract. He has a Gene Shalit mustache. He demands that he can smoke cigarettes inside. And so
Yeah.
we
We built him a box.
You can see it from here.
I can smell it.
Yeah. He's got a glass case.
It's a tube.
Yeah, and the smoke's supposed to go straight up, but there's nothing we can do. We've tried to get rid of him. He's just
His contract's tough.
It's seedy, but he pipes in occasionally. and we try to ignore him as best we can.
He's got electric energy.
It's something.
really is.
palpable. It's something.
It really is tangible.
Do you know where I got that energy from, Chris?
Where's that, Rick?
My pants.
Oh. I just want to be. I just want to be Johnny Carson's assistant. What was his name?
Ed McMahon.
Ed McMahon. I just want to.
Correct. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Oh my gosh!
That is some
Hey,
wild and crazy
a couple of
stuff.
things really quickly. Boy, oh boy, Chris, you loved That Greenville so much you came back again, a second time in 2 days?
I loved it.
What was
so
it about
nice. I
this
loved
city
it. I came back
that
twice.
has been keeps you coming back?
3 letters, boys. DTH.
Yeah, that's really.
I mean,
nice.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna sugarcoat that. You guys are here. I was an hour away making the movie, and I was supposed to be here for your marathon kickoff.
Right?
I had an obligation. I had to
Yep.
back out of that. I had to back out of the.
You had to back out of our obligation.
Of my
Yes.
For another
my
obligation.
commitment to
Yes.
you. I had to back out of it and say, hey guys, I can't do it because there's a thing that came up. Another thing came up that forced me to back out of the second commitment that I made, which then opened up the first commitment that I made, which is to you guys.
It's amazing.
I made the hour-and-a-half drive. I got here. I'm glad I did.
Above and beyond, sir.
You
God
know
bless
what,
you.
though? Yeah, no, it's...
Yes.
Yes.
And then I came back
I love
because...
him. I love Chris's Ed McMahon. I think it's fantastic.
We'll keep him.
And you came back.
And then the book. You guys have a book out.
I have a book out.
And it's a New York Times bestseller. Didn't it today just become a New York
That's
Times
what
bestseller?
I've heard.
Today,
now
we crossed the threshold there.
I think
That's
today-
there
accurate.
is
That's right.
questions about, what what is the New York Times like? Is it just somebody from New York who keeps time?
Well,
like,
there is
does
a
he
gray
make a
lady
list?
who has made you're part of her list.
Yes.
Well, there's a
So there's the
what I-
Gray Ladies
The word
list.
I have is the New York Times, but it's Times with a Z.
Ooh.
Do you know what that's about? Brand, is that a different list? Like the Times?
There's also the New York Times, but you have to say it in that one guy's
it's-
voice.
Yes.
It's Y. It's TYMEZ. Is that
Yes.
still good? Is that
That's
a
a
good?
that's a cooking
list?
that's a cooking
Okay.
newspaper.
All right.
New York
THY is what
Times.
you're looking for.
Yeah, New York Times. All of these are really good lists.
They're
to
good
be on,
lists.
though.
They're good lists. Yeah.
But we'll see what happens. Hey
New
guys,
York
do you want
Times.
to talk about Santa Stakeout?
Let's do it.
Steak out.
Are you guys saying steakhouse?
Stakeout.
Santa's,
Like they're cops and they're on a
staking
stakeout.
out.
You know, there used to be a restaurant in the city I lived called Stakeout. Not
City of
joke. And it
Angels?
was you could go and pick up steak like a drive-through style. Just
go.
steak to go.
take it out.
Yeah, no, that was here.
Steakhouse.
There was one off of close to Augusta.
I wonder why it went out of business.
Was there a steak?
Because it's a terrible idea. Hey, what if we made steak but to go? That's a bad idea, man.
But there's
you need a
been
fork
times
and
when-
knife for that garbage. Like, what am I doing?
Yeah, but
Yeah, can I get a 12-ounce sirloin, mashed taters, Caesar salad? And then you
Can I
get in
get
your
a
car.
filet mignon? How do you want that cooked?
That's right.
I'll take it.
Don't burn
I
it.
want it fast.
I want
fast.
it. I want
but
it.
it was always steak
I want
o'clock.
it done
It's
enough
always-
to where I can hold the steak in my hand while I drive. That's what I want.
I imagine just a kitchen filled with pre-cooked steaks
right,
that
yeah.
just stayed warm at the same temperature.
It was because it had that tacky yellow sign. It was great.
Steak out.
Steak o'clock,
Steak
baby.
out, baby.
Stakeout, which is the name of this movie.
Another
This is
stakeout.
This
Yeah.
movie is about, crazily enough, a Santa Claus that works at Stakeout. Are you guys ready?
Let's do it.
Santa Stakeout originally aired on October 24th,
Yes.
2021, and it went a little something like this. The movie begins with a montage of Santas and thievery. What's going on here? We then meet Tanya and Ryan, detectives and potential partners, maybe? We'll see. She loves Christmas. He does not. They are put on the case of a museum art caper. I love a good caper, don't you, boys?
love
it.
Oh, boy.
Great Muppet capers.
Capers are good on bagels.
Man, are you ready?
Oh, different kind of capers.
Different caper. Also here for it.
They have a suspect, which is a mall Santa named Francis Miller. And so they want to find out more about Francis Miller. And so they get approved to go on a stakeout. a Santa Stakeout.
Santa. Whoa,
So
my.
they move into the house that's for rent next door to Mr. Miller's house, and they're trying to lay low. But Tanya, she gets a little ahead of herself. She goes outside to take pictures of a package. When she goes back to the door, she's locked out. She's banging on the door, let me in, let me in. Ryan comes out. A neighbor sees them together outside. He's like, what's going on here? Are you guys newlyweds? So they just decide that we got to commit. We got to commit to being newlyweds, the new couple in town, for the holidays. And so they go to buy a Christmas tree together, and Ryan opens up about his divorce, and they get back and they decorate their house while spying on Mr. Miller. And he catches wait, what? He catches them. They're outside, and it seems to be up to no good. And he's bringing over fruitcake because there's a fruitcake revolution. And they chat, and he invites them to be elves at a Christmas event with him. It's a Christmas committee, if you will. And so they're going to join this thing. I don't know. So they go to this party in matching Christmas sweaters. And the committee is made up of people from the neighborhood that all really like Christmas, and they're all very delightful. Tanya goes snooping around the house, and Ryan plays the piano. On the way out, they're forced to kiss under the mistletoe. And Ryan does not mind it. The next day, they open up to one another, and they have a little tinsel fight. They then go caroling, and Tanya shows off her pipes. They keep trying to figure out what's going on over at Mr. Miller's house. And they overhear Mr. Miller say to somebody, Christmas is going to come early this year. What does it mean? Is it bad? Is it good? Who can tell? They go to play Christmas charades with the committee, and after Mr. Miller gives Ryan some pretty great advice about snowflakes, Ryan's like, maybe Mr. Miller isn't the guy. They then go to this cocktail party as undercover elves because there's a very expensive ornament there that they think might be stolen. They end up slow dancing together, and they agree to go out after the investigation. While they're thinking about kissing each other, they lose Mr. Miller, who's playing Santa at the party. The lights go out, and there's a robbery. Someone took the paintings. I don't know who that guy is. So Captain, they didn't take the ornaments, so only the paintings. So the captain gets a warrant to search Mr. Miller's house, and Mr. Miller is shocked to find out that they're cops. And they open up the back door of his car, and wouldn't you know it, it's the missing painting. Mr. Miller insists that he will only talk to Tanya and Ryan, and he is telling them, I did not do anything wrong. I've left my criminal past behind me. I don't know what these paintings are that should have been my car. And so they do a little bit more digging, and they figure out that it's actually Mr. Miller's boss, the staffing director at the parties. She's the one who's been stealing all the stuff and trying to frame it on Mr. Miller. They go to apologize to Mr. Miller and help him finish a project in the neighborhood. Then Ryan reveals that he's keeping the house next door, and she says, I want to keep you as a partner forever. They kiss, and that, my friends, was the Santa Stakeout. That's exactly right.
Did somebody say steakhouse?
I might have.
You might have.
You might have said steakhouse.
You are correct, sir. Was that somebody?
Let's take a quick break,
Sure.
and we'll come back and we'll talk about this movie some more. Does that sound good, everyone?
I think it's a great idea.
We'll be right back here on Dr. Hallmark.
I think that it's an art. I'm going to say this if I can when we come back.
Hey guys, I think I got some mail here. What is this? A sponsor? Oh boy, man! I tell you what, I'm really excited about this next sponsor, and it's Third Love. You wouldn't think that me as a guy would be excited to talk about bras that Third Love makes, but I am excited to talk about it because of how simple they've made the process for women around the world to find the perfect bra that fits. I was talking to my wife, and she's explained to me how difficult it is to find a bra that works. It's apparently quite the ordeal, unless you go with Third Love, because they have made the process simple by this amazing, what would you say, like a survey, like a quiz that will find you the perfect bra that fits the perfect size. And my wife loves it. She was a big fan of Third Love, and that makes me happy. It makes me happy that she's happy. And here's the thing. I want to make you happy by giving you a deal. Right now, you can get 20% off your first order of Third Love by going to thirdlove.com/deck. That's 20% off at Third Love, third, THIRD, love.com/deck. 20% off today. And don't forget, everybody, all the movies that we're talking about this season, you can watch on Philo. 25% off the first 2 months by going to philo.tv/DTH. Thanks, Philo.
I feel something like Trace hit the button early and we cut Chris off. He was saying something about art.
Yeah, what was it?
Really important.
Yeah, it was amazing. Yeah. There's a magic that happens when you do that, when you run through a movie, like the entire movie.
The synopsis.
Thank you.
The synopsis.
Yeah.
It really is. There's an art, and it's singular to you because you've crafted this. You're like Basquiat.
And to be fair, you know how much show prep we do. We went over all this in show prep. We knew he was going to say that. Trace hit the button early.
That's on
And
her.
That's on Trace.
Yeah, that's on her.
Right. We knew he was going to, like we talked about.
Hey,
all this.
hey, Trace, can you tighten it up?
I'll tighten it up, but you tighten yourself up, you yapper.
All right.
Fair enough.
Hey, guys, I got good news.
Yeah?
You guys know I bought all those Frankie Muniz photographs?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I've been trying to resell them strategically on the black market.
Okay.
Okay. How's it going?
I don't have an update in that regard. I just want to let you know that I'm working on it.
But you don't have an update.
No.
Why are you having to sell Frankie Muniz posters on the black market? Can't you just sell them in the normal market?
Is it illegal to sell those on like eBay?
From what I understand, Muniz has a strict no takesy-backsy salesies. So because I bought it once, I can't legally sell it again unless it's on the black market.
Man, that's wild. Wow. Didn't see it coming.
God bless.
God bless.
God bless.
Let's break this movie down, everybody. That's Trace. Have you met Trace?
No. But
Chris
it's
is the end just for, like,
It's
he's-
nice to meet you. Yeah.
Chris is just like, what's happening? We're just like, just taking all
Well, the
these.
smoke from Riggs,
Yeah.
is
It'll kinda make
actually
you hazy.
it's now I've got a headache.
Yeah,
And then
that's fair.
Trace, I don't know if she meant to do that or not. Cut me off, but the way that she was looking at me when she pushed the button might indicate.
Yeah. She's got to look, but
She's gotta look.
She does. I don't know if her eyes always teamed.
Right, that's also
it looked
confusing. I didn't know which
she
one
was
to look at,
looking
so I couldn't tell.
different. So you just kind of have to
couldn't
follow a
tell
little bit.
which one to
Sometimes it's
look
tough.
at.
It's like a game.
Sorry, Trace. It is nice to meet you, though.
Nice to meet you, Chris.
And I don't know if Rick can hear me, but it's a pleasure.
Oh, the pleasure's all mine. You believe that? You're a fine specimen. You should do more nudity in movies.
Hey,
More.
you know what? I just might, Rick. I
Thank
just
you.
might.
Hey, I just want, if there's a movie that ever comes out with nudity, the world can thank Rick Dilby.
That's right.
Rick Dilby
I
will get
put
the
a bug in the world's ear. And the world was like, I got you back, Riggy.
Hey guys, let's break this movie down. We got 4 seconds to do so. We're going to start with a hot take. It's the part of the show where we share exactly how we felt about this movie. We do not hold back. There's one person that I know that has never held back a day in his life. Other people hold stuff back. Other people have lies and secrets. This guy does not. This guy's got truth and more truth.
Oh, very true.
Panda, tell us what you thought about this movie, pal.
Guys, how do I put this? I love this movie. I love it for a variety of reasons. First of all, I love it because it combines what I want the mystery movies to be on Hallmark Movies and Mysteries with the feels, and it proves to me that Hallmark is capable of making a mystery movie that is engaging over time and that there's a lot of humor and a lot of comedy in it. And it was just a really fun watch. It combined all my favorite things about the mysteries. It combined all my favorite things about the Christmas movies, and somehow they seamlessly put together. I laughed numerous times throughout this movie. It was everything I hoped it would be. If there was any critique I would have at all is I wish at points that they would even have gone more into the humor, like leaned even more into it. I feel like they could have even done it more. But overall, man, I love this movie. I think it might be my favorite of the weekend. Just a lot of fun. I texted my wife as I was watching. I said, man, you got to check this one out. I let her know the ones I really like. I really like this one. 2 thumbs up for me.
Chris, what you thinking, buddy?
You know what? I'm a huge fan of Paul Campbell. I think that guy he's funny, he's charming. He and I have this interesting social media. I don't know him from Adam. I've never met
You've never met Paul.
I've never met the guy in my life, but we are friends quote unquote friends on social media.
He's great on social media. Really
He's
funny.
wonderful on social media, and we've had a lot of little exchanges over the last couple of years. And he's like, "Man, we got to work together. We got to work together." And I love the idea. Obviously, being on Mystery 101, obviously Hallmark movies and mysteries. You know, you take the biggest genre of the holiday season, which are Christmas holiday films. You take romance and you take mystery. You combine that into almost an Uber film. It's like a transformer, right? You get all the GoBots, and then you create the Megabot.
Wow.
And I thought I thought this movie, you know, carried on the shoulders, the sturdy, capable shoulders of Paul Campbell, and let's not forget Joey Pants.
I mean, come on.
Joey Pantalone. I mean, here's
He's
a
a
guy
national treasure.
who is in The Matrix
That's right.
Yeah.
Sopranos.
and The Sopranos.
Sopranos.
I mean, this guy is literally
a legend.
one of the people that you put on a list. If you're in acting school, you want to work with Al Pacino, Robert De Niro, Joey Pants,
Yes.
William Hurt,
Yeah.
Bob Balaban. There's a couple guys that are just like, yeah, I gotta work with these guys before Rig takes him away.
That's right. I always thought Paul Campbell would make it if they ever did a serial killer in Mystery 101. I think he could do it.
Oh, Paul?
Yes.
Campbell? Yeah, he's
He
got that
could
look.
play like
right?
this
He looks
serial
like
killer
a
thing.
guy
kind,
you
but
kind of
kind of
trust.
unhinged.
Yes.
But,
Yeah.
The minute you turn your back, he's stabbing it with
That's
a
right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Chris.
Yeah, Trace.
Do you know Frankie?
Frankie Muniz and I.
You've met?
Yeah.
Do you really?
Yeah.
How intimate?
I mean, not intimately. Like you know.
But you know it.
Yeah. We've exchanged.
Could you see if he wants to buy these back?
He's not gonna buy him back.
Why?
He's just
I put them on the company card. I think he'd understand.
he's not gonna buy him back. But I guarantee you that if you were to sell those again, he would never find out.
Wow, man. You don't
Got an
think so?
inside track there.
You really know? Have you really met Frankie?
No,
That's unfortunate.
Dang it.
no, I haven't.
Hate to see it. This has all been a ruse. This entire relationship. Just to get to
4
Frankie.
years trying to get close to Frankie Muniz. Down the drain.
Yeah, down the drain. Yeah, you're like, I thought you were friends, so never mind.
So
You're out of here.
I really, really love this movie. There's a lot of like legitimately funny things. They do this really, really funny slow-mo as they're walking into this party dressed up like elves, and the guy falls down and they get back up, and Paul goes like this with his Santa hat, and the little poof goes back, and it's just like funny stuff that really works. And I thought that Paul and Tamara really liked them together a lot. I thought they were really fun together. And I thought the mystery was really good. I mean, I don't know about you boys. I mean, maybe I was not thinking that it was going to be a legit mystery, but I didn't know who done it. So
I called it the first time we meet the kid.
did you? Great. I didn't.
I
did
thought the
not.
mystery was pretty overt.
I didn't, but I also didn't know how much of a I didn't know if it was going to be a legit mystery. I didn't know if I
You
didn't
thought
know
that was a C storyline. You didn't know it was going to.
I didn't know I was looking for.
Well,
I didn't know.
It's such a screwball comedy that you don't know how seriously they're going to take the actual. Like they're going for the laughs in this movie, which is very rare for Hallmark. They're going for laughs.
Yeah,
That is new.
that was actually surprising to see.
Yeah,
Who again wrote this?
I don't know. I couldn't. It's not on IMDb.
Interesting.
There
So
was
I wonder.
in the cast department. It wasn't there as of when I watched it. Now it could be there now, but I couldn't find a screenwriter because I wanted to talk about that, but I couldn't find anybody.
What happens on a lot of these movies is you'll get a writer, and then they'll do a rewrite, and then they'll do another rewrite, and then the actors come in.
Yeah.
And the actors and the director will often sit down and say, "So I wonder how much was Tamara and Paul." And
I mean, it felt very authentic to them. It felt
Like
good.
specific,
So
yeah.
I really did like it. I think it's my favorite of the week, and it's up there with. I think it's probably this, You and Me, and then Boyfriends, and then
Small Town Christmas.
yeah, that's probably what the order is going to be. I still got to give some thought and prayer. I'll go in my prayer closet tomorrow and
Yeah, your war room.
my war room. But as of right now, I think that's where I am. What did you like this one or You and Me? Since you saw the two.
Yeah, the Danica one or this one.
Yeah.
Which one probably for you?
I'm gonna have to go with this one.
Yeah,
Actually.
yeah.
I thought so too.
Worked for you, huh?
Yeah, it really did. I thought
Different
just tonally it was funny, and it was also they had moments of heart. They could
Dan, I'm interested in your thoughts on this one because I think
I
it.
know that you're going to think I'm crazy. I take no pleasure in this at all.
Oh my gosh!
This was one of the 3 movies I was really excited about. And that is typically a mistake for me with these movies. Like, last year, I believe it was Timeless Christmas, and I was so disappointed.
What are you doing in my house?
Yeah, we got that out of it, but the movie wasn't very good. And I guess I just don't know what I expected, but this movie was so disappointing.
Literally, what way?
I will tell you. First of all, the first 20 minutes of this movie, I disagree with the chemistry altogether. It's really awkward. I felt like not a joke in the first hour of this thing lands.
Are you kidding me?
It's not good. And then I think the last 20 or 30 minutes, they kind of find the spot that I think they're going for in the first half of the movie. But my biggest problem, aside from the fact that it commits the cardinal sin of not being funny, in my opinion, is that they underuse the guy that should be getting the billing, Joey Pants. This guy is a classic Italian, look at you, smile, and you don't know if he's a monster or if he's made a living on The Sopranos. You just didn't know. You didn't know if he was you didn't know if he was your best friend or he was going to murder you.
Same thing in The Matrix.
He literally, same thing in The Matrix. He is the perfect, is he a villain, is he not, character. And they basically put this legend of an actor on the back burner. He does nothing, and then he gives a really great speech at the end of this movie that's very heartfelt and wonderful. But you waste a legend, and that was the unforgivable sin.
Okay, well, let me ask you. Let me ask you this, because I don't really.
The thing is, I thought Paul was funnier in almost every movie he's made before then. The only time I laughed out loud is the scene that you're talking about when they're walking in slow motion. Legitimately funny. Towards the end of the movie, they figure it out.
Were
Early
you
on
like
in this movie,
constipated while you were watching this movie?
You
Like,
know, it's funny.
what is wrong with you?
I legitimately was. I started it last night, and I was. It was the first. I talked my wife into starting the movie. I was like, "This is the movie. It's a comedy. You've got a lead who knows it's a comedy. This is going to be the thing. Hallmark's going to finally do it. They're going to finally mess around and make a good movie." I was very excited, and my expectations probably got the best of me. I didn't think it was funny. I thought it was overwrought and earnest, and they were trying really hard, and they didn't use or underused the best thing they had going for them. And then they finally figured out with 20 minutes left, but the mystery didn't matter. The jokes weren't funny, and Joey Pants was underused, and I hate that.
I
really wanted to like it.
Disagree more.
Lots of times I can see where you're coming from. I legitimately could not be further away from you on
and
this.
I got to be honest. I was disappointed. I wanted to come in here and talk great about this movie. I was so excited Hallmark was making a comedy, and it just fell really flat for me, and it was unfortunate. I wasn't tired. I watched it at 8 o'clock. I was ready for this movie. I gave it the best opportunity I could give. I felt like Paul and Tamara were by and large a mess until the very end.
My gosh.
I just didn't. It didn't work for me at all. It was just kind of like jokes after jokes falling flats, and the guy that should be getting a lot of screen time and being super charismatic just shoved to the side. And I just really didn't like it.
This is rare.
In fact,
I got something in the mail. I got something in the mailbox.
Here we go.
Oh, the award is in.
Oh, here it goes.
The worst person of the year, Dan Thompson.
I did it again.
He
Fourth
found it
year in a
again.
row.
Fourth year in a row, buddy.
Unbelievable.
It only took 3 episodes.
This movie is not as good as Boyfriends or You and Me. And the only reason it's duking it out with the other one is because the other one has the best scene of the weekend in it. The other movie, the Luke McFarlane movie,
It does have
is
the best movie.
worst movie of the weekend, but it has the best scene by a mile. It's one of the best scenes I've ever seen in any of these movies. And that scene alone is better than anything I saw in this movie. Oh my gosh. So I don't really know what to do with that.
I will
This is
say, and I'll
serious
talk
stuff.
about
That's
this
tangible.
with you because I'll
show you that scene, though. That scene's wonderful.
We are
It's great.
in sync here.
Yeah.
Next, on the Friday movie, Christmas in Harmony.
Yeah.
Looks really
Dude,
good.
all right,
looks
that's the other
really,
thing is,
really good.
I caught that preview. That movie looks
Not only is the
great.
preview good, but the 2 trailers that they played during the movie.
I watched one of them.
So good.
It started, and I watched the whole
Yeah.
trailer, and I was like,
I
when's
think
this
that
thing
one. I
coming
think
out?
that one's going to sneak up on us.
That one looks great.
I mean, I guess it can't sneak up on us now that we've
we
talked
You guys
about
want to
it.
know the movie? And I'm not being shameless here, but Dickens of a Holiday.
It looks great.
I hate the title. I got to be honest with you. It was called The Christmas Stand-In before, and they changed
Ooh, that's
it.
fun.
Yeah, they changed it to a Dickens.
I like
Dickens of
Christmas
a
Stand-In
Holiday.
better.
Yeah, but Brooke Dorsey
Crushes it.
crushes it, and I'm not. And then I get a chance to do something.
You get to be a
I'm just
action
throwing it
star.
out there. I probably shouldn't right now, but I'm
This
just
is
getting
bold.
you guys ready.
This is
If
bold.
you're
We've not
excited,
seen anything from it. No cover art, no preview, no nothing.
Nothing.
Yet.
We
So
What's the
I'm-
cover art
we
going to
just
be? Do you
wrapped last
know?
week.
Can
You
you
know what
can
the
you
cover art's
can
gonna
you
be? Little
imagine it with the
little
photos you took?
tidbit?
You know what? I got a buddy. His name's Neem's, the poster guy, and what I was hoping he would do like a full on like action hero poster. But
That'd be awesome.
I don't. We'll see.
There's been
Are
some
you guys
good
going for
posters so
laughs all
far.
movie long, or is it just kind of like the action movie star thing is the laughs?
You know what? So it. I can't believe I just hijacked.
No, this is great.
I'm just so. I really. Am
I would rather
excited
talk about it. I was I was dreading having to do this because I love what they're trying to do in this movie, and I just it was super disappointing. Go
Should have
ahead.
just phoned it in, buddy.
And Antonio.
Dan@DickTheHomework.com. Send the emails.
Antonio Cupo is a producer. You guys have seen him
Yes.
before in the movies.
Yes.
Paul Ziller directs, and we were given. They said go run, and we were so. You ask what kind of movie we're making. We just made the decision. Like it's really a best attempt. It's like
love it.
if you were given free reign to go for it. Like I wear my own shorts in the dang movie.
That's
my character's
fantastic.
You
long.
wear shorts in a movie?
I do not wear a single scarf in the entire film.
wow.
Oh my goodness!
Not my
You're-
Hallmark.
no
I'm dead
kidding.
serious. Like,
Bill Abbott's not walking through that door, kids.
you wear shorts in a Christmas movie.
yeah.
Wow.
And not a single scarf. And it was like little tiny things. We're like, let's just have fun. Let's see what we can do with it.
I love it.
And I feel like, to bring it back, I feel like Paul Campbell, I think that's what they were doing with this one a little bit. With the Christmas Stakeout. I think that they were.
Santa Stakeout, but the Christmas it was at Christmas time.
And I will say, to bring it back to the Christmas stand-in,
Yeah.
can we bring it up for the ultimate Christmas stand-in, my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ?
You're gracious.
Let's go to all the feels. Let's talk about the things of this movie that gave us those Christmas feels in general. My good friend Payne is going to kick us off.
Yeah, they're dancing, and there's a scene where he says, "Hey, after this," he's talking to Mary. He says, "After this, do you want to?" And he doesn't even finish the sentence, and she looks at him. She goes, "Yes, I thought you never asked." I love that. They don't even have to say anything. I love that scene. That was fun for me. That's the best way because they're both on the same page. They both like each other. It's out there in the open. And they don't even need it. Just to me, that summarized really good chemistry that they had. I loved it, man. I was even gonna say I think this is Tamara's best movie I've seen her in.
T is the better of the two sisters. She just is. If you've seen them both, Tia's got a lot more charisma and a lot more range.
I love Tamara.
She was game. I'll say that she was game for doing what Paul Campbell wanted to do. My issue was from the dance on, the movie works the way it should work. From the dance on, which is the last 20-ish minutes of the movie. But I had just been bombarded with bad jokes and bits, and I just didn't work. And then the lack of Joey Pants in this movie was just absurd to me.
I feel like this is exactly what I would expect. How much screen time they gave him. I thought they did a really good job because most of the time, if you're going to have that caliber of actor, normally they don't get as much screen time. Typically speaking, in my opinion,
but his
right?
scenes don't really matter. They just have him like talking outside on the other side of the fence, really like covertly.
Yeah, but he was going to be the red herring from day one.
But
man.
of course he is. But you utilize that red herring. Like that's the thing that they didn't do. They were more concerned with really going for bad jokes early on, and I thought they could have balanced it a little bit better. And it was just really disappointing because it would have been one thing. It was like, well, this is funny. It's not as good as I was hoping, but it's still better. I didn't think it was good. I didn't think it was good across the board.
Oh,
I seldom just completely flat out disagree with you. You know that. Like normally I can find. Hey, this is one of the few times. Legitimately, this is the one time where I
knew walking in the canned response I was walking into. I knew based upon internet alone that we were going to have everybody else love the movie. I knew that.
But I can't even see your point.
Yeah.
That's my problem. Like I just
And
think you're so wrong.
You said the word in earnest.
Yeah.
Just wrong.
But I'm telling you, why would I have never, if a movie's good and I think it's good, I'm
not saying that you're not being honest. I'm just saying that something, I think there was something going on in your tummy.
Dude,
there was the heartburn. Maybe
this
you're
movie
like
got
maybe
more of my attention than the other three did.
I
was
don't doubt
locked
that.
in. I was exciting.
I am in the middle of you guys right now, and I think I don't know if the listeners can feel. I'm feeling like this feels uncomfortable. Yeah, sit here.
Well, let's make it more comfortable, Chris. Do you got any feels?
This is what we do, man.
It's east and west.
Yeah.
You guys couldn't be farther from.
Normally we find some sort of middle ground. I can't hear.
Yeah.
There's no common ground. This
The
is the
problem
break.
is that
film is divided.
this, Paul is such a lovable guy that he gets to finally be funny in a movie, which is a thing he's wanted to do for a long time. And so I was looking forward to that. And I hate that it doesn't work out. I also think that Paul's humor is best served not in physical gags. He's a much funnier dude when he gets to be quick, quippy, and sarcastic. And instead, they're going for big physical comedy here. And like they got this guy in the precinct who just is like wrangling like fishing rods and reels and falling. None of that worked for me.
Yeah, it was a riot.
Like I just.
You said the only thing I'm using these rods.
The only thing I wrote that down. Funny things. I thought it was the only thing fishing I do is for compliments.
That's great stuff.
That's a good bit.
It's a good bit.
I just.
Chris, you got any feels, buddy?
I mean, I thought Joey Pants, the monologue at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the guy delivers.
Yes.
And that's what frankly, that's what I was waiting for the whole movie. I was thinking it was going to be, when I saw that he got cast, I was a little like, oh man, that's a big deal.
He has this way of looking you in the eye and saying something that could be taken either way and making you feel uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Whoever's else, he just commands the screen.
Yeah.
And the emotional, like it's a great thing about family and Christmas. It's about snowflakes and everything being individual. And he crushes it. That's my feels is that. And he also they're at this place with hot chocolate tasting flights, which I think we can all agree is my
Absolutely.
Like that's what I want.
Dream.
But that was my feels too. Like those were my feels for sure.
Man, I got to tell you, I've never wanted to be a part of a group more than the Christmas committee in this movie. This group of people get together multiple times. I don't really know what committee work they're doing aside from just doing Christmas activities, and I want to be a part of that committee. Anybody out there that wants to do a committee with me, reach out. Like we can do a little virtual Christmas committee. It'd be a lot of fun. But I loved it. I really want to be a part of a Christmas committee. Let's take one more quick break. Yeah, go ahead.
I have one more, which is that I just realized, which is so many movies, they do this thing where they get under the mistletoe and they look and they kind of shrug out. These two who aren't dating yet or in that vibe, like they find themselves under the mistletoe and realize that they have to kiss, and they actually go through with it, which I thought was really, really good. Yeah. Go ahead. You can go.
Let's take one more quick break and we'll be right back here on Deck the Hallmark. Oh my gosh.
Another one right out of the mailbox.
Wow, that's exciting.
Oh, wow. Man. Do you guys ever want to be good gift givers, but you feel like you can't?
Man, I would love nothing
constantly.
more.
You go throughout your holiday season, and you're like, man, I guess I could buy this doll for Dawn, but like, Dawn doesn't want a doll.
No, he doesn't.
Everybody's getting dolls nowadays. But like, what if we changed it up? And that's why I want to introduce you guys to Uncommon Goods. Uncommon Good makes it easy to find remarkable and truly original gifts. Dawn will be so happy with anything that you find on Uncommon Goods. It is so good. I have shopped at Uncommon Goods multiple times for gifts. I go on there, I just scroll, and it's fun to scroll Uncommon Goods because the gifts are, uncommon. And I see all these different things, and I buy them, and they're always hits. They are always hits. And here's the good news, everybody. You can get 15% off your next gift. Go to uncommongoods.com/deck. That is uncommonGoods.com/deck to get 15% off. This is a limited time offer, so you're going to want to act fast. That's uncommonGoods.com/deck. You're welcome, Dawn. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. Hey, we're here to the Wait What's part of the show.
I got to go return all the dolls I got everybody first. I just had no idea.
Dude, everybody's buying dolls.
Yeah. See Uncommon Goods a bunch of times.
Let's do this real quick. Let's do the Wait What, where we talk about the things in this movie that made us go wait what while we were watching it. Panda, you really liked it. Were there as many Wait What's as normal for you?
Hardly any, just one, and it actually is the hot chocolate flight. And it's super nitpicky. My biggest complaint is with the hot chocolate flights, they're giving them way too much hot chocolate in those flights.
No such thing.
No, it is patently
Give me
too much.
50 ounces of hot chocolate right now. I'm in. But
They
you're right.
give them
From a flight standpoint,
at least. They are filling up full cups of hot chocolate, and there's 5 of them. That's way too much for one person to finish. You cannot do it.
So what are you thinking? Like little shots?
You
of
need
hot
to do
chocolate?
little shots of hot
3
chocolate.
ounce,
Little
3
8
ounce
ounce?
flights.
Yeah, 3 to 5 ounces.
They're probably
giving
5 8 ounces, which is fine for beer. There's 5 8 ounces in a flight
of hot chocolate is way too much. It's just too much.
It's thick. That's a thick.
That's a thick
drink.
That's gonna make it. That's gonna upset the tum tum. And
You don't want that. You don't want to have a T
Maybe
flatsy
that's what happened to
situation.
Dan
Maybe
before.
they-
Right, I had a
Dan-
hot chocolate flight before I watched the movie.
And I
That's what it
warned
was,
you.
guys.
You
Yeah,
texted
yeah.
me. You said Panda, how much should my ounces be? And I said, keep it 3 to 5. And you
I
said,
said 8, big
Going
boy.
8.
you said, shove off.
That's right.
Kick rocks.
Kick rocks. That's right.
I'm a tall guy. I need 8
right.
ounces.
And well, and I
5
and
times
I,
8.
40.
40.
I did it.
Christoph?
You know what? Yeah. Here's the thing. My wait, what is in the precinct?
Yeah.
Did you guys happen to see in the back in the cell the person who was in the jail cell? Did you happen to see? It was a glimpse.
No.
Go back and watch it.
What was going on?
I'm telling you, I saw it and I was like, wait, what?
Yeah.
And I had to stop, rewind. I had to look again. It's crazy.
What was going on?
I'm going to leave it at that.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that are going to
It's-
go rewind that
It's
now.
who's in it.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
Someone that we know?
Yeah,
Just gonna
it's
leave
a
it
wait
hanging.
what? It's a wait
It's a wait what for sure.
Man, that is a wait, what, and like a cliffhanger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a both and there.
both
Yeah,
and.
it's an and or.
Yeah.
I have a couple if you guys don't mind giving me the floor.
Yeah, I'd love to give you the floor, yes.
Again, I'm with Panda here. I didn't have a ton. These two actually come towards the end of the movie. So my guy, Mr. Miller, is working on fixing up a house for somebody
For
who
someone
for
in
somebody
need,
who's in a
yes.
house. And so he gets arrested, and he's like, "I've got so much work to do before Christmas." And then he's getting interviewed, and he's like, "Guys, I can't be in here. This house is not going to get done." And I just want to say, like, you have met with the Christmas committee so many times to do literally everything but work on the house.
Yes.
You had time, Mr. Miller, and instead you chose Christmas charades, which, again, no judgment here. I would too, but don't get mad at the cops for arresting you and being like, "Oh man, if only I had more time." I can find hours of time that you spent doing literally anything else. And last but not least, they are talking to the lady, or the lady gets arrested, and they're talking to the lady. They're telling her what happened, and she's in there like, you blended in with the staff just like us at the party, and like, was anybody else dressed like elves? Like, it seemed like they were the only ones there that were dressed like elves. I didn't understand that. I liked them dressed up as elves, but I didn't see any elves there. Did you guys see any elves there?
I didn't see any
you
other
know
ones,
what? I
just
guarantee
those
you
3.
that was in the script. And I bet that was a hangover from something else. And I
they
guarantee
never-
they couldn't afford elf outfits for all the background.
That's great.
And so people showed up in their own clothes and like, and then they
Elves.
forgot to like fix that later
In
on.
post.
So did the lady dress up like an elf? I guess this is what the Hallmark. Did she dress up like an elf, or did she dress up like everybody else at the party? It's hard to say. Dan?
Well, to piggyback back on that, it wouldn't matter because they're supposed to guard a $2 million Fabergé egg, and instead they're dancing. They're police officers on a stakeout.
Making out.
They have one job, and they're like, "All right, it's time to watch that egg." And one of them's like, "You want to dance?" Are you kidding me right now? I get it from a chemistry standpoint. Like, just do your job, like just a little bit. A lot of what's are taken away from the fact that this is a goofy screwball type comedy. And so, like, I thought initially him being a chiropractor was really funny because you can never catch that person in a lie because chiropractors can literally be anyone. And I thought they were going to play that for laughs. He was going to get to talk about stuff he didn't know about, and people are going to be like, "Okay, he's a chiropractor. I don't know if he's telling the truth or not." But instead, they do a bit where he's like, "Can you work on my back?" Which no one would ever do, I don't think, at a party like in
You'd
front
be
of
surprised,
everyone.
man.
Somebody
You'd be
turn
surprised.
around
I've done that.
and just
I know a
work on it.
chiropractor, and people are literally always
That's
asking him to crack
ridiculous.
their neck.
I will say this: you love the Christmas committee, but to your point about Joey Pants, this seems like a pretty militant Christmas committee.
It's just friends doing friend things.
But they're doing it every night at very specific pointed times. Like,
Yes.
I know you would be in all the time, but I know you.
No, I
Panda,
would not be in.
At what point is this a burden? Like on Thursday, you've been doing Christmas committee stuff since Saturday night. On Thursday, we're decorating the tree. You're at home, like, throwing things. You're like, do I have to do another thing?
But the reality is, I would never be invited to a Christmas committee because
true.
people wouldn't want me to be a part of that. And then second of all, I would
I want
never
you to be a part of my
I
committee.
wouldn't sign up.
Okay.
That's the reality. I hate
here's what you
doing
would do.
crap like
I'm
that.
just telling you right now. Here's what you do. By the third night, you come to me and you go, "Are you going to this thing?"
Yep, that's true. And then I'd figure out a way to get. Hey, man, I'm just not feeling.
Yeah, and I would be like, bro, I was out after night one. Like, like just absolutely not. I also, the other big one that I had is, they're at Joey Pants' house, and his house is big. It's a big house. It's a 2-story, massive house. They're in the living room. They're playing Christmas charades. They're doing all this stuff. Tamara wants to do some snooping, so she has to go to the restroom, and he goes, "It's upstairs down the hall." Does his giant house not have a restroom in floor 1? You built a 3,000 square foot house, and all the restrooms are upstairs? Are we serious right now?
Wait, so this is a big house?
A huge house, and it reminds me of another house that's really big.
Whose house?
It's you're not going to believe this.
Who's that?
It's my father's house. Really big.
How big is that
Someone even
house?
say it's a mansion. It's a big house.
Well, let me ask you. Can I ask you this?
You can ask whatever questions you want at this point. I'm an open book.
Is
Have many rooms.
is there like a table?
Yeah. Look, first of all, just to clarify on a room, lots and lots
Right.
is how I would describe it.
Okay.
And then you ask about a table.
I do.
Big table. And here's the thing: it's not empty. Food.
Wow.
As far as the eye can see.
Wow.
Okay, whoa.
I would even say lots. Look, go ahead. I don't want to step ahead of you.
Right. Well, no. Okay. We're looking at the inside seems.
Yeah, lots and lots of food.
Lots and lots of food.
There's
Big house,
rooms.
lots and lots of rooms.
I think I know where you're going, and this is a good question.
Yeah. How about the outdoor situation, the yard?
Yeah. Well, here's the thing: is you got a big house, lots of
my
rooms, big
gosh,
table.
I love
You
it.
want to get out and throw the old pigskin
You
around.
have
I think
to.
we all know
You
that,
have
right?
to.
Well, I have got some news, and it's
What is
coming
it?
up, Aces.
What?
It's a big yard.
Oh.
And not only is it a big yard, we can play football.
Oh, that's great.
We can
I'm
do
sorry. I think who you said the name?
It's my father's house.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did you?
I love it.
Is it time for what the homework?
Yeah.
This part of the show we wonder what could have been, maybe having some clarity questions that we still have. Panda, what you wondering about, pal?
I have just a simple question about: is this something where this committee only meets for Christmas, or are they willing to branch out into different holidays? Because I feel like with their level of passion and commitment, they really should and could branch out into some other holidays that they are missing out on. This tight-knit friendship, it needs to grow. It needs to expand out. And I would like to know if there's a possibility, if it's in the works. I think it would really help out if they did.
Yeah, that's a great point. Christoph?
Well, having played a cop on TV, I'm always really cognizant of like trying to do, like
Cop stuff.
Being a cop.
Yeah.
Like legitimate. Like if a cop is watching, are they going to be like, yeah, that's a semblance of what I do for a living that's well presented. I'm just curious, would you guys feel safe if those two were patrolling your neighborhood? I mean,
I think it's important to note that they are detectives.
They're detectives.
So
That's true.
in that regard, I feel a little bit better about it.
Well, it's tough because you could do the whole movie, and I think I'm with you here. You could do the whole movie and make needle the fact that they're not good detectives because they're not. They're bad.
detectives are cops. They're just
yes.
the ones that
But they're
Right.
bad at surveilling.
prophylactic,
They
right.
get caught nonstop.
Right.
They want to split up to get different viewpoints, and neither viewpoint actually looks out to the left. They both look out the front of the house, which is dumb. But the problem is it's a comedy, and so these things get played for laughs, and you really can't critique it because I had all this stuff written down, and then halfway through the movie, I'm like, they're going for jokes constantly.
Right.
I can't sit here and critique the fact that they're bad detectives. That's part of the bit. The only one that was the exception was when they got serious and it was like $2 million egg. Nah, we got it. This is the time to dance.
This is where we're gonna dance.
So
that was
the
my.
only
So
one.
what if they had? So my only question is, what if they had played the seriousness?
Yeah.
And the comedy. Like, would it have?
Yeah.
Would it have balanced?
I'm with you. I'm with you there.
I have one.
Okay, go ahead. I was going to say somebody in the chat said there were 2 or 3 wait staff that were dressed like
Okay, great.
Paul Campbell, Tamara, and
Thank
the
you.
other guy.
Thank you,
so
chat.
they did exist in there.
BravelJamPlus.com.
That's right.
So my question is, this Santa staffing agency, the rest of the year, does valet for like hotels and stuff. who's doing the valet now? Because Christmas season, you need a lot of valet. There's lots of Christmas parties.
who's doing it during Christmas?
Who's doing it during Christmas if all the valet people that this company staff are playing elves and Santa Claus? Is there another company that fills in during the holiday season? And if so, what does that company do the rest of
Seems
the
like
year?
you're biting the hand that feeds you there because you're losing some business.
Sure
you're gaining
does.
some business.
Sure does. There's
they're crashing cars.
if ever there was a season where you need valet, it'd be the holiday season where a lot of people are going to parties. Yeah.
That's a good point.
What the Hallmark is when Paul and Tamara first arrive at the house and one of the neighbors catches them outside and doesn't let him go in the house. And he goes, "Oh, you guys must be the newlyweds that are going to rent the house. I heard that you guys were about to, sign the papers and move in." What happened to that couple?
Yeah.
That's my question is, there was an actual couple of actual newlyweds that were excited about renting this house.
And then the cops said, we need it.
Conveniently disappeared.
So I want to know if they're all been out of shape or if they got over it or where they are now and if they're living life and enjoying themselves.
To that point, like if you are a landlord and you get a call from the police and they're like, "Hey, we need this place for a stakeout," do they get does everybody else get thrown out? The cops need it for stakeout. There's nothing we can do about that. I think
nothing we can do. That's it.
Nothing we
Hands
do
are
about
tied.
it. That's
Did
exactly
they
right.
pay a month's worth of rent and then just push that newlywed back a month?
Maybe,
Well,
but
no moving
then
and
Paul Campbell moved in at the end full time.
Paul Campbell moves in at the end of it. Yeah.
Okay.
And then another, I've never seen this. Have you guys ever seen a rented sign? Like there's
I've never
for
seen a
sale,
rented sign.
And then it says sold. This house says for rent. At the end of the movie, it's a different sign that just says rented.
Usually
Don't you just take that for rent sign out of there? I can't believe I didn't write that in the way it was.
I just want everyone to know.
It's rented. And the poor people who live there. They're like, no, we don't own. We're renting.
We have to establish that this house has been rented.
Listen, a lot of people are invested in this story. We got to let them know.
If there's no sign and Paul does that same bit and was like, "Would you like to come over?" And he says it. Why is that sign necessary? How dumb do they think the viewers are?
That's
just
funny.
take the sign out of
Pretty dumb, and I'm thankful. We did, everybody. Congratulations. Now, we've gotten through an entire week, and we haven't done a double-decker of the week, and so we have to take care of that right now. This is part of the show where we find out the life story. Panda does that deep dive on the Googles. And who do we have today?
Rachel Ward.
Rachel Ward.
Top notch, top shelf, above and beyond. She starting a new TV show. It's going to be picked up by all.
She's starting one.
Yep.
What does that mean?
Well, she from the ground up.
Interesting.
Yeah, from scratch. And it's named Boomerang.
New TV show called Boomerang.
Yep, name show's Boomerang.
What happens there?
Well, she's a critic, and basically, whenever anyone makes any sort of meringue or anything like that, she'll either cheer it or she'll boo the meringue.
So she calls it Boomerang.
Boomerang.
So clearly she boos.
She's like you.
She boos more than she yays. There's not a lot of yays.
She's kind of like
is it a yay meringue?
Huh?
When she's excited about it, is it a yay meringue?
Yeah, it's a yay meringue.
Okay.
But mostly it's a boomerang.
Got a clip.
Of course.
On today's episode of Boomerang.
She's in the Thornbirds.
Who was?
Rachel Ward.
Different Rachel Ward.
Oh, really?
Yeah, this is someone that gives us money for a shout out at the end of an episode.
I was going to say that Rachel
But
Ward was
that's
in
an easy
Thornbirds.
mistake to make, though, Chris, because you're on Google.
And then
I
he
use Google
heard
Plus.
that you were doing
See, I
there's a
actually
TV
went to,
show.
I went to IMDb.
Yeah, and that's good
that's
on
your
you
first
because
mistake.
he said she's doing a TV show. That would make sense.
Yeah,
all
I'm
that
so
tracks.
sorry, guys.
Yeah, all that
I'm so
tracks.
sorry.
Thanks,
but
Rachel.
That's what
if you look up
happens.
Boomerang, it's there.
Let me look. Hold on.
Okay.
Let me look. Hold on.
Hey, but do we have that clip?
On today's episode of Boomerang, Timmy Tarley brings in his meringue. What will Rachel think? Only on today.
Hey, it's Timmy Tarley.
Timmy,
Yes?
is that a lemon meringue pie?
It is.
Why would you bring that ish in here?
What?
That ish.
That ish?
That ish.
Can you use that in a sentence?
Yeah, your pie is full of ish.
Okay.
Oh!
I don't hate it, first of all.
No, it's intriguing.
The
to me.
boo that she lets out at the end is just just wow. She goes
Can we
for it.
rewind that and hear it again?
Yeah.
I think we got another clip.
We got another one?
On today's episode of Boomerang, a lad named Nick brings in his meringue. What will Rachel think? Only on today's Boomerang.
Oh, look at my meringue.
Nick, can I ask you a question? Yeah. You trying to give me the runaround? No. I think you're running me around. I've been running around too many times to get fooled by an orange meringue, son. What do you Ba-doom. Does she ever say yeah? We don't have any more clips. I want to be clear. Does she ever say yeah?
Are you sure?
On today's episode of Boomerang, a fella named Philip brings in a meringue. What will Rachel think? Let's find out.
Hi, I'm real proud of this.
Philip, I smelled you coming off the elevator.
But what about my meringue?
You and your pie can kick rocks.
But my meringue is...
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Boom!
I thought that was going to be a good one. I thought that was going to be...
I don't play the... You played the clip. I don't know what you're talking about.
Do we have a yay meringue?
We have no more.
Wait a minute.
On today's episode of Boomerang, a lady named Sissy brings in a meringue. What will Rachel think? Let's find out.
Hello, my name's Sissy.
Sissy, you're a mess.
What?
Is that a dress or are you just a woman of the night?
I want you to stop for a second.
First of all, this is a
stop
cherry
for
pie.
a second, Rachel.
Nobody interrupts
Stop.
me. I love it. Yay!
Yay!
Now let's get to your pie. Oh. Boo!
Wow, I want to watch the whole season in one night.
I think we just did, actually.
We did it, everybody. Until next time, maybe the first to wish you a
Merry Christmas!
Merry Christmas.
Deck the Hallmark's a Bramble Jam podcast. It's presented by Philo TV. It's produced by Brandon Gray and recorded live in, Greenville, South Carolina. Set decor is by Plum at Haywood Mall. For more information on Deck the Hallmark, you can go to deckthehallmark.com. For more information on Bramble Jam Podcast Network, you can go to bramblejampodcast.com.